Today, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the ultimate visual history.
The Hyper Room.
All right, here we are inside the front page of this book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the ultimate visual history. There's just so much great art in this book. It's almost just worth buying just to flip through the history of Ninja Turtles. Even if you're not like a super mega fan, just to look at the artwork in here. It's just incredible. The foreword's by Peter Laird, and he basically goes over the origins of the Ninja Turtles again. I guess this book was made for mass market more than anything else. There's a picture of him drawn by himself. It's probably more for mass market than for anybody else, but it's basically encyclopedia of Ninja Turtles from the very beginning till today when it was printed. Look at this. It starts to show a little bit about Fugitoid, how they all started drawing that stuff back in Groville, Maine. You know, look at this, chapter 7, the original Fugitoid they tried to sell. This is kind of cool. So they have all these photos. This is the Dover, New Hampshire house where they were drawing in the kitchen. I mean, apparently this house is no longer there, so this is all you have from 1984 of where the Ninja Turtles were born. There's a print. This is kind of neat. This book has a lot of these kind of pull-out things in here. This kind of artwork that's reproduced, of course, not the original. It's reproduced, and it looks nice to just pop in here. It's kind of messy, though, if they come out. Here's a picture of them, Eastman and Laird, 1984. Incredible. Here is, of course, the original artwork, the original drawing, original Splinter, Shredder, more artwork here. It's so amazing to look at this, you know? I'm glad they held on to this, and I'm glad they printed this book for other people to see. This is something I'll always love to look at. It's the original Mirage Studios press release. So I think Uncle Quentin, who lent them the money at the beginning, was in PR, and basically just taught him, hey, make a press release and send it out to every single newspaper and a local television show you could. And they got some play for it back then. But it's just great to read this. It's like May 1st, 1984. It's $1.50 or $2 postpaid. P.O. Box 1408 Dover, New Hampshire. It's amazing. And then they're going to be at a Comic-Con on May 5th at the Howard Johnson Motor Lodge. It's just amazing to see this kind of stuff where they all started off. Oh, here's an ad for that Comic-Con. Amazing. As well as other kinds of stuff they had. I love these photos of them when they were young. It's great. And this thing, look at this. I remember seeing this. What are the strange creatures roaming our streets? Issue 2 now on sale. 3rd printing. That's one I got. Shipping May 20th. We know when I got that copy. Kevin Eastman drawing from a board. Oh man, in Connecticut. Amazing. Here's some Peter Laird solo pieces. Here's an Eastman solo piece. The Turtles Come Alive in 1985. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3, now on sale. Care of Mirage Studios. So even number 3, they're still selling it by mail order. Now this is cool to see. This obviously is one of the original layouts of one of the issues. Amazing. Just amazing to see. Mirage Studios. Here's some more. Here's some original designs of what Baxter Stockman would look like when he was a Caucasian guy before he was a black guy. And the Mousers. There's a picture of April O'Neil. Oh, here's a little pullouts, a name card of their Mirage Studios Fantasy Illustration. Eastman and Laird, again, their Connecticut address. They were doing everything they could. Then they had this one, of course, everybody remembers this, game book, and then of course the little Dark Horse miniatures. Man, they did a lot of stuff, even at the beginning. I still remember a lot of this stuff. Look at this, Ninja Turtles, what is this? Oh, here they are on the cover of Hampshire Life, talking about Ninja Turtles. Here's the ad for the first comics graphic novel, the first color version of Ninja Turtles. I think it was the first 4 or 5 issues at only $9.95. Turtle Tracks, I think this is the letters page from one of the issues. Here's the Tales of the Ninja Turtles, number 1. There's Eastman's signature. I have that signature on one of my comics. He signed all these pages. These are the pages, the colored pages. And then it goes on to talk more about, how they started to grow, right? So this is chapter 4. We're already at number 15. To be honest, I think I've already stopped reading it at this point, right? I kind of outgrew it already. But look at this, San Diego. This is so cool to see this stuff. Just like, I mean, you can see it's like the, reproduced from the original art. You can see how much whiteout they put on top of all the shading techniques they have. They were even going to do spacesuits that look like the Spider-Man black outfit, the symbiote outfit. Look at this. You can tell this is ballpoint pen layout. It's incredible to see this. And here we go. So this is the part that I thought was quite interesting. This Ninja Turtle is like a dummy they made up, this licensing guy made up, before he started going around to all the toy companies to pitch the Ninja Turtles idea to toy companies and cartoon companies. This is what it looked like, right? Because it just had red, and they said, well, there's 4 of them. Very interesting to see. Then you see them here. I mean, it's only a couple years after the comic came out, became a big hit, that they actually got a toy deal with Playmates Toys. See, 1986. So it's like 2 years later, basically, from when it came out. And then chapter 5. This is when it becomes a global sensation. I mean, think about it. It's not just independent comics anymore, or a couple of toys. This is now coming to cartoon. It's coming to TV everywhere. Some storyboards. There's a whole story behind the animation team behind an animation company that made Ninja Turtles that I found out when I was listening to the Cartoonist Kayfabe interview with Kevin Eastman from Comics Journal. It's amazing. You got to try and find that if you're a big fan, because it seemed like the cartoon company wanted to claim that they did a lot of work and deserved more money for making this animation so successful. This is like this is like a fan club joining the official member of the Turtle Force. Oh my God, look at these guys. It's just amazing. These guys, I'm pretty sure these guys weren't in the comic. I mean, okay, they were in the comic in this kind of form, but this is like the more cartoon version, and just like people remember it so well. Splinter. Cowabunga, dude. Oh, Cowabunga, dude. All right, and then we're gonna get into things that we really want to see, the toys. I mean, how many people have this? Donatello, the original Playmate, still mint on card. So incredible. This looks like a lot of artwork that was developed for the original sculpts of what the Ninja Turtles came out to be, the first couple of waves. Fantastic, right? Look at this stuff. Steve Varner did a lot of the sculpts at the beginning. Turtle Tracks. This looks like the voice cast for the Ninja Turtles. Japanese studio Toei was originally contracted to animate the mini-series, and the episode was delivered in short order. But I guess they moved it to the US later on, so that's probably why those look really good. It's always about defining the look. Oh, look at this. Usagi Yojimbo in here. And then Ninja Turtles everywhere. This is the Archie Comics adventure series based off of the cartoon. I still don't understand why they needed to license that out, but I guess it's just too much work. Iconic photo right here. If you look at only one photo in this book, you've got Peter, Kevin, Jack Kirby, with them buying his original art back in 1985. So this is still previous to them hitting it super big, but everybody in the comic world at least knew who the Ninja Turtles were. Look at this great artwork. Okay, it's starting to look a bit goofy and a bit very cartoony, but I guess this was definitely aimed at little kids. Did you know that April O'Neil had her own comic? And the Ninja Turtles meet Archie. Amazing. And then on to the film, the first film. Hey dude, this is no cartoon. So the cartoon, the toys, the comic are so big. What's next? Might as well make it a live action film. Again, I remember this film coming out. Look at this. These photos are incredible. Look at all the heads. This movie came out, I believe, in 1990, and it was so faithful to the comic. And it was so much like the comic that it was just incredible. It was more like the comic than the cartoon because it was quite dark. And the turtles looked so lifelike. It's just amazing. So it was the first one, I guess, did well, and then they are like, oh, let's make a couple other ones, but then let's get our hands involved in it. And I don't remember the other two. Kevin Eastman. You know, he's still in his 20s here, right? He's not even 30 yet, this guy. Greenbacks. Oh, here's all the licensing products. Ninja Turtle cereal. Did anybody eat that? Win a complete set of Ninja Turtle toys. Yes, please. No tropical oils. Oh, look at this. Yep. And they went on tour. Live shows. So the guys who really did a lot of the licensing for them really did make a lot of the magic happen. I mean, I don't think you get to like phenomenal status without a massive team behind you that's just super, like, you know, thinking about it and doing a lot of licensing. I mean, the licensing people that came out, party hats, frisbees, I don't know, it's a tray. I mean, it's obvious with the toys and the wax packs and stuff like that and the costumes, but getting into more esoteric stuff. What is this thing here? Sewer Force Sword. Well, that's from Playmates, though. Man, they thought of everything. Things that those guys probably didn't even think. That's what I'm saying. Eastman and Laird probably wouldn't have thought of some of this stuff. This is like really the next thing. What is this? City of Los Angeles, State of California proclamation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Day, March 6th. The debut of Ninja Turtles 3. The Turtles are back in time. Los Angeles decided to do this and donate some money to charities around LA. That is amazing. Wow. That's what I'm saying when you read this. Here's another classic comic picture. If you don't know who that is, that's Dave Sim, creator of Cerebus. Three of them together. Man, this must be the time that they made that crossover. Here's some more great, amazing merchandise. Looks like an ice sled or just a water sled. The Turtles truck says foot stinks. Electronic games. Stickers. More toys. Wow. So the idea is, I believe, is that a lot of the studio Mirage Studios was just producing a lot of that artwork for all the licensing agents. That was the main job of what they were doing, is to draw all these little images because they could approve it faster with Eastman and Laird looking at it. Okay, that looks good, go. So they knew what they were doing. Okay, next one is Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, still huge with Vanilla Ice now. It's just classic. Just looking at these images, you know, just incredible. People grew up with this stuff. It was pretty good at that time, you know, think about it. I mean, today, you know, watching Avengers, it's like all CG, but this is all real. This is all practical costumes. They didn't have budget for CG effects. It's either it's real or it's nothing. Ninja Turtles 3, Back in Time. Okay, I admit I have not seen this movie, but I don't know, looks like fun, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad, so let's not dwell too long on that. That's it. It says here, the end of an era. It starts to go back down. People are a little bit sick of it. 1990s, it's been going on for 10 years now. So it's been going on for 10 years basically, and I think, you know, that's it. Kids have grown up, right? Imagine if you were 12, you're already 22, so you're already dumped it a long time ago, and new kids are probably getting into something new, so that's the end of it. It looks like the animated series was canceled with 193rd episode in November 1996. So pretty amazing though, right? It went on for so long. And then it looks like they started to go in with started publishing as with Image. So they cross over with Savage Dragon, Eric Larson. This looks cool. Eric Larson is drawing some stuff for them. And I guess they wanted to produce some more detailed comics, more back to the roots. Looks like it's all black and white. Now, I'm not sure this is going to cover it, but what happened is basically, I think Eastman and Laird kind of split up after all this. And Kevin Eastman bought Heavy Metal and did Tundra, while Peter Laird continued on with Ninja Turtles. Chapter 13. Here we go. So I don't think they let it even sleep that long as they normally do. Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutation is out already in 1997. So there's Kevin Eastman right there. So this is definitely coming back in faster than it goes away. I mean, if you've grown up as I have with it, you'll notice that it's almost every year or 2 years, it's back with a new design. So they never really let it die. This one, I don't recall very much other than I remember there was a female turtle in there. But I guess they took the live action concept and took it to TV. Don't know if it did that well. Ninja Turtles Mutation Nation. P.S. Stay tuned for Mutant News, the official newsletter of the Ninja Turtles. Can you imagine? People used to mail these out to people. Now we get them in our email box. Splinter. Okay, so I remember this figure. So I guess they did do some of this. Playmates is just like, let's get it back in gear, people. Ninja Turtle toys need to be out there. Okay, maybe that didn't do well. So let's go back to animation. So I believe this is the 4Kids Animation Network Ninja Turtle show, keeping in the idea of the colored things, getting rid of the letters, and making it a little bit more, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it more artsy or more serious, but definitely looking more like Batman the Animated Series. Everyone was a fan of that show. So you can see this looks definitely a lot more serious than the original Ninja Turtles show. I mean, at least in the more angular designs. I mean, look at this. Here's a page. See, sometimes these things don't really stick too well, and so when they don't. But here's a page of a script to the animated series. Very cool. Some size charts. More storyboards. And then after that, they went for a fourth movie, but instead of a live action, they went all CG. So now we're ready to go with this, with Hong Kong's Imagi Studios. I remember them. They did a couple of stuffs and then they kind of went out of business. But this is 2007 now. TMNT. I thought this was a great movie too. It's quite fun. I mean, it's bringing another dimension to the whole Ninja Turtles thing. Look at this artwork. I mean, it must be so much fun to start developing and designing stuff for this universe. This is so crazy. Jeff Matsuda, Tom Tanaka, Tom Perkins, Tony Washington, Dave McCraig, all adding these kind of variant takes on the Ninja Turtle characters. Okay, and then it got, It got canceled? And then, yeah, I guess, I don't know how long that lasted. And now this is the territory where I'm not as familiar with it, but I guess they did that movie Turtles Forever when they teamed up all the different Ninja Turtles together, or the classic ones and this 4Kids brand together. Yeah, I remember that. That was cool. Here, this is a great shot. I remember watching this. So this is the movie. I guess this is the finale. That's it. We're out. All right. The fourth volume come to a close, 2009. It's all kind of starting to shut down again. And then from Image, it goes to IDW. So it looks like Eastman's still involved here. Oh, by this time here, it says here, Viacom and Nickelodeon has acquired the rights to Ninja Turtles from Peter Laird on October 19th, 2009. So just over 10 years ago now, Peter Laird sells it to Viacom. They don't put it in here, but I believe he sells it for 60 million, 30 million, something like that. So, and he probably still keeps some percentage of profits going forward until Nickelodeon, because he just wants to do comics, right? If you know anything about Eastman and Laird, they just want to do comics. I think all this just happened around them and they were just like, got caught up in the whirlwind. But mostly it's about them creating comics. And then the master love is just creating these crazy ideas, and the Ninja Turtles as the main characters. Look at this. All this artwork is just amazing. I also got the Kevin Eastman autobiography where it just shows all his work. And it's incredible to see. Okay, chapter 18, Can't Stop These Radical Dudes. Yep, that's right. Obviously not. When you just sell to Nickelodeon, they're gonna want a new show up super fast. So now, we had the animated show, 2D. We had a 3D movie, so now 3D show. So Nickelodeon's first release, Ninja Turtles again, this time, look at these designs. They look pretty rough again, so they're getting more mature. They're getting cooler, right? I think kids wanted something cooler. And in CG, look at Casey Jones. He looks crazy here. Very cool, though. One lean, mean green, incredible team. I agree. Look at all this stuff. So this looked pretty good. Even Splinter looks cool. So it's just fun, I guess. It's kind of like a Elseworlds or like a Spider-Verse of Ninja Turtles. Like every year, these guys must be going Spider-Verse. Who cares? There's different Spider-Mans. Every year we have a new version of Ninja Turtles coming out, right? I mean, look at this. This is April O'Neil. This is like basically another universe, April O'Neil. And Baxter Stockman, he's a fly. This is what he looks like. Every time they just redesign them. And then recently, if you still remember, Michael Bay, 2012, Ninja Turtles comes back to the big screen. Now it's live action and CG mixed together, right? So this time the turtles are acted out by humans in, you know, those kind of those costumes with all the dots on them, and then they turn them into these 4 Ninja Turtles. I watched the first one. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought Megan Fox as April O'Neil was perfect. I think the bad guys were great. Everything was fun because it was just so over the top live action using CG and having that kind of Michael Bay type explosions and things like that. I thought it was really well done. It was actually more fun than the Transformers movies to me. Like, yeah, this kind of stuff. I don't know if this is the first or the second one. When they went down the mountain in the snow, I thought that was cool. And I liked all the gear on them. I didn't like the noses, of course. And, you know, but I guess they have, I mean, Michael Bay gave Optimus Prime a mouth, so I guess they're going to give something else to these guys. And, you know, I'm never too mad at these kind of reboots. I'm just like, it's a new generation. I had mine. I think people today can get theirs. But I mean, just looking at these pictures, it's just incredible. Look at it. They look so real. They look like real turtles. They look like real mutant Ninja Turtles. What's the next one going to look like? And this is the last page. So it's like, wow. It's just an incredible journey. I think this book could have been twice as long if they really wanted to get in depth into it. I think this is definitely a mass market book for people who just want to who kind of grew up with it and kind of want to know what's going on. Because this is definitely seems there's tons more pictures and artwork that are missing from this book, but it's a good overview of the Ninja Turtle history and where it's going to go going forward. So as we know now, there's the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, which has just come out, I think, last year. This book is from 2014, but it is an amazing book. There's some more stuff here in the pocket at the back. And what is it? It is a facsimile edition of the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. I think put on better paper. I definitely don't think it was a cardboard cover, but I'm not sure. And as you can see, oh, it's the original. They even shoot it from the original art. You can see all the white out. That only comes from a 4-color scan. This is the coolest supplement, is that if you've never ever read the original in its kind of, I think it was bigger than this, but in this kind of format, I mean, you gotta, if you're a fan, you gotta get a version of this because it's just so fantastic. I'll never forget this comic when it came out. People were going crazy for it. Frank Miller, Jack Kirby, the Foot Clan, Shredder, Splinter, just crazy. But I don't think we took it as a joke. I thought it was pretty serious. I didn't think it was funny at all. It seemed like these guys are just neat looking, and it was very serious. I mean, look at this. This is no joke. This is no little kids thing. This is definitely something freaky, man, and just like amazing. So very, very exciting to look at this. I definitely look it out. Even the old ads in here. I don't know if these were the ads because the copy I have doesn't have that. But $1.50 for that. All right, there you go. That is the entire shot. So you should take a look at it if you can find it.